Up next, Harry Potter star Emma Watson. Right after this. Hi, Emma.
On Saturday night, one lucky muggle got the thrill of a lifetime.
Hi, Today Show. I'm Lucia Flowers, and I'm thrilled to be here at the Harry Potter premiere.
She was the winner of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire Triwizard Tournament sweepstakes. She walked the red carpet at the U.S. premiere of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Got interviewed by Access Hollywood, and she even got to meet Harry Potter himself, a.k.a. Daniel Radcliffe. For another young lady, the glitz and the glamour is all, well, old hat. Emma Watson was only 10 when she was cast as the bookish Hermione Granger, and now at the ripe old age of 15, like her character, she is growing up.
These tasks are designed to test you. In the most brutal way, they're almost cruel. And, I'm scared for you.
Emma Watson, good morning. Hey, Emma, nice to see you. You know, my daughter told me the other day when they started reading the Harry Potter books at her school, all the girls thought your name was Hermie One.
I know. I've had so many different interpretations, like, oh, Hermione, Hermie One.
But now I guess because of the movie, everyone knows how to say her name. And Hermione, like Emma Watson, is growing up. Yes. And I think this movie reflects that, don't you? Because she's dealing with all sorts of teenage issues that are very, very relatable.
Yeah, no, she definitely is. You know, there's this is the first film book with the introduction of romance, quite a lot of teenage angst. The boys, well, and the girls have got to find dates for the Yule Ball, and yeah.
And she sort of has a thing for Harry and Ron. I mean, there's some sexual chemistry there, and yet they're kind of completely out of it.
No, they're really not there. I really think it's with Ron, though. I really think that he's jealous. I really think when she goes to the ball with Victor Crumb, he's jealous.
I think so too. Meanwhile, you know, I talked to Daniel about this. This movie is a little darker, a little scarier than the previous ones.
Yeah.
Do you worry about that in terms of alienating fans or scaring young fans, I guess?
To be honest, it's always been about staying faithful to the book, and the book is much darker. You know, someone died, two people die in it. Voldemort's back. It's going to be darker, and it's always been about staying faithful to the book. And we're older now. It's going to be more mature. There's going to be more mature issues, and I think it's great that they've actually embraced that and haven't pulled the punches. And I think they made a really great film. And yes, it is scarier for younger people, but I think what we've lost in younger audiences, we will have gained
in people who are a little more mature.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think in the Yule Ball scene, Hermione walks down the stairs, and it's such a great scene because suddenly you can see that she's really blossomed into a young lady, and her her character is forever changed, and the way she's perceived, I think, is forever changed,
no, this
right?
scene is meant to be a kind of real transformation. You're meant to
kind
see
of a Cinderella moment, I have to say, Emma.
It's exactly that. It's a kind of Julia Roberts' Pretty Woman-esque moment where you're like, wow, God, she's actually pretty. She's meant to look like you've never seen her before. Very different.
And I was going to ask you, because I didn't have time to talk to Daniel about this, but you've worked with 3 different directors for these 4 movies. Chris Columbus did the first 2.
Yeah.
The second one was directed by?
Alfonso. Oh, no. Chris did the first 2, and then Alfonso did the third.
Right, and now Mike Newell of 4 Weddings and a Funeral fame did this one. Is it hard for you to have different visions for every director? Because I would think that would be either very exciting and challenging, or like, what is this guy going to do with it?
Well, to be honest, you know, I love it, I have to say. Because
I'm sure you're going to say, yeah, I thought, Katie, what does this guy want to do with it?
Well, no, I mean, it's just, from my point of view, you know, being in the same kind of films for 4 years now, it brings something new to it every time, and I learn something new, and it keeps it interesting for me.
You've been doing this for the past 5 years. Are you sick of it at all, Emma? I mean, do you feel like, gee, I want to try something else, or, gosh, I'd like to be a normal teenage girl for a little while?
Well, in between the films, I always have a break. I go back to school and do the kind of normal schoolgirl bit for a while, which is nice. And I start the 5th one in February. And then after that, we'll see. I definitely wouldn't want it to be the last thing I do. I'm looking around for new stuff. Yeah.
Well, Emma Watson, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for coming by and enjoying our cool Harry Potter stuff, right, Emma?
Yeah, it's really good.
And Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire hits theaters this Friday, and we'll be back after your local news.